All right, cool. Big deals, baby. Everybody got their sip sip. It is Thursday. You know the drill. This is our one day to let our hair down. What's up, Q? Tonight's topic is about stop borrowing money to fund your lifestyle. As we start going into 2018, we got a lot to talk about to get ready and prepped to make sure that we are doing stuff the right way. All right, so let's do some quick intros before we get rocking and rolling. I'm Lorie Woodruff, realtor in the Maryland and DC area, author of Unleash Your Irresistibility and host of Lorie TV. So we wanted to bring this topic to you, and we have quite a few people who can attest to it. Not to say that they're borrowing money, right? They're not borrowing money, but we've all borrowed money at some point in our lifetime. But let's give it to Miss Wendy first to say hello.
Hello, guys. How you doing? My name is Wendy. I'm a receptionist slash administrator and student going for nursing. That's it.
And mama of?
And a mama of two beautiful babies.
2 children, yes.
Oh.
Thank you, Miss Wendy. Qualified. Miss Angie, you're up next.
Good evening, everyone. Angie, your entrepreneur in the kitchen, living and learning how to do this life thing and enjoying my panelist.
She's living every week. She just got that confidence going more and more. Thank you, Angie.
Absolutely.
Mr. Gibran.
Thank you, Lord.
You're welcome, babe. Be gentle on us, G.
Hello, everyone. Gibran Holmes, family guy, married, 2 kids, product specialist for a biotech company, biologist by degree.
Okay. Thank you, G.
You're very welcome.
I'm always scared.
Soon to be author.
Are you?
Snap!
I'm thinking about it. The problem is, once this book come out,
Off your go.
Oh, just don't put any names out there. That's all. Just don't put any name. Protect the innocent.
Mm-hmm.
No, there ain't no one innocent in this joint.
Protect.
It's gonna be
Remember that.
It's gonna be a very interesting read. I'll tell you that.
As long as you keep your family and your wife together and your job together, that's all we care.
Always get another job.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you can get that joint's expensive.
Okay. All right, so let's jump all into it. So the whole purpose of the reason why we do Unleashed on Thursday nights is last year, young lady who's not online tonight, Tanisha and I were having a discussion on Facebook, and it was an adult topic. It just got out of hand, and the comments were just getting really, really ridiculous. I said, let's just take this off because a lot of people need to have this kind of information all the time. So we're adults, we need to have these answers anyway. So we started Unleash Live to give back and really just learn from these mistakes and help, hopefully, in our households do better, right? So kind of birth, how can we be better just every day? Talking about relationships, money, credit, finances, real estate. So we talk about it all. Okay, so borrowing money to fund your lifestyle is one of the most destructive things that one can do. Being in debt can result from stressful experiences, lack of financial maturity, and unexpected circumstances. So when we take a look at some of the stats, I'm not going to go deep into it, but we kind of got to see how we get into certain things to see why we do some of the stuff that we do. No judgment zone. Understand that this is an area of help, really just to help give tips, because I've been in a position where I've had to borrow money. And if you kind of don't know the proper resources, I'm not ashamed to say I did it, I paid it back. But at the same time, I learned my lesson as to why I'm not going to be doing it again. I don't want to be a habitual borrower for the rest of my life. So more than 3,000 people default, believe it or not, on their student loan every single day.
Fuck.
every day somebody's saying F my student loans. So that's major, because I work in real estate, and when I see a lot of people who have student loans, they're just like, I did it, but I could care less about that loan. It's not a priority. All right, but it got you through school. The average household owes $16,000 on a credit card.
Ooh.
Just like a part-time job for some people. You know, the credit cards are just getting a little out of hand. All right, and 5% of U.S. homeowners are behind in their mortgage as of last year. So actually, that number is down from previous years. We've seen way worse. All right. All right, Sims, you see the topic for today is stop borrowing money to fund your lifestyle. So we're going to go into some tips to eliminate debt and to end up and show you how you can start bringing in some extra cash for 2018. Sound good?
Yep.
Ron, this will be a good topic for you. You should probably be hosting this one here. All right.
Well, you know.
He'll be good to chime in on this one. So
I will chime in for sure.
I know you will. All right. So make sure, if you haven't shared already, Facebook family, share. This is a huge one to get things started off with 2018. Tax returns are coming, y'all. Got to be smart when those checks and that direct deposit come in. What you gonna do?
Invest.
Amen. Amen.
Yay.
All right, so number one, we're going over 6 tips tonight over how to eliminate debt. Pronto. The first thing is you got to make a decision to stop borrowing money. Let me make sure, Angie, I had muted you because there was some background noise, but you're back on, okay?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
Oh my God, I've been sitting here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So number one is make a decision to stop borrowing money. Once you make an actual decision and stop being wishy-washy about, well, I think I'm gonna, that's it. And the key to doing that is, if you have credit cards, one of the tips that you can do is to cut them up, throw them away, or, Jabron, somebody had taught me, put it in a freezer bag with water and put it in the freezer. That way you can't have quick access to it.
That's true.
Some people have complications when it comes to like QVC and, you know, those channels. Angie got me. I was over Angie's house one day and we were sitting there watching the TV, and I'm like, I could buy every damn thing on here. That's because I could use it. So it gets pretty addictive, but that's more emotional buying. So you got to make the decision. If you know that your bank account's getting a little bit depleted, you may want to start putting those credit cards away. What do y'all think about that? Wendy, you look beautiful right now.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
The peace of mind, you know.
Something. She got something to you. Hey, Annie. What you think about that? Cut them up. Freeze them up.
Well, I can't say anything because I don't have no credit cards.
No credit
so
cards.
It's like this is a learning process for me.
So may I ask why you don't have any credit cards?
Well, I do have one. I do have one, but I don't use it as, you know, being online shopping or going crazy.
So you know when enough is enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anything happen for you to be like that, or you've always been that cool with the maintenance of that card?
I've always been like that. Everything was paid in cash or some sort of, never had to use a credit card. But now, you know, we have to start building. So it might be something that I need to look into a little bit more.
Right. All right. So you heard that, y'all. Cash. Sarah, I know you know. If you don't have it, don't borrow it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have it, don't look for resources to borrow it. I had credit cards, I think, when I first got out of school. And, you know, when you first got out of school, that is the worst time.
Yes.
Colleges are just like, oh, here we go. And they give you cards and you don't even have a job.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my first credit card I got in college.
But you've been paying on the balance.
Well, I've used it for like what? I'm 40 now. I've had it for 20 years. So I put the
Okay.
on it.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
RJ, welcome.
Hey,
People
Smooth.
in mine.
So,
Poppy is here.
Mm-hmm.
There's all light-skinned people on this thing.
it is all
Why
like
you mad, bruh?
But I'm Eastern Canadian.
Hey, Tamia. All right. So, when it comes down to the relationship with money, that's what Elisa has said. Being aware about your relationship with money is also key. So, no more financing furniture, no more online shopping and the credit cards. And you just have to be aware of your patterns to know. Like when I was in school, I probably had every one, Discover, Master, and whichever one, I did the shuffling game. So whichever one, I was like, okay, I got this on that, and I just made it work.
So
But at the end of the day, I had to pay those damn balances.
So, Lorie, I think when you, first of all, in general, credit cards and credit, well, let's credit cards because they are credit and credit cards are two different things.
Right.
So credit cards is not a bad thing at all, but one could get carried away. Now, I'll give you an example. You can walk into a store, you may walk into, let's say, Lovesac, and you see this phenomenal set of furniture that you want, or this couch set. And let's say they're running a special, 0% down for this $6,000 piece, okay? And you may have money in the bank, but if it's 0%, for how long? 2 years, 1 year? You can easily get that furniture at 0%.
If your credit is okay.
Say again?
If your credit is acceptable enough.
Oh, absolutely. You got to qualify for that.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And you pay that bad boy, by the time that promotion period is over, before they hit you with 30%, that thing should be zero balance. So at the same time, you're keeping your cash up front and making those payments. Now, it can't be minimum payment either.
No.
That ain't going to work out.
But Jabron, you're talking about someone who may have an ideal credit score of over 700 to make that happen.
True.
Okay?
True.
So if you got let's say 550 and below,
you can hang
that
that
0% interest is not for you.
It's not happening.
I don't believe people got credit cards. Was credit score that low?
Yes, they do, sir.
Yeah.
So in February, trust me, we're going to talk more about credit. So to kind of piggyback off of this conversation, we're going to talk more about credit. But you're right, and that's the whole purpose of maintain your credit score.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that you can have those kind of options, G, of, I'll borrow get the credit now, keep my cash, and, float it and do what you need to do with other investments. That's smarter than just putting everything on credit and then just paying for it over 300 years.
Or more.
Right?
More.
Hey, Carl. Okay. All right. So anybody got to say anything else against that? Make a decision. Stop. Make a decision to stop borrowing. Like I got one credit card and I don't want any more because I just don't, because I've been in a situation. I've filed bankruptcy before. So I know what it's like to have too much debt. And I have one card, and that's really just for gas or, just emergency things that may pop up. Gas to me is always an emergency. I'm always at the gas pump with my MasterCard.
Mr. Jackson is making me hungry.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Jackson, for eating in front of me.
Sorry.
Appreciate that. Trust your belly. Appreciate that. All right, so number two. Number two is establish an emergency fund of at least $1,000.
I agree.
I'm going to chime in.
Yeah.
It should be more than that.
I'm going to
I said at least $1,000.
When you build your financial house, your emergency fund is part of your foundation.
Yes.
So that should actually be rule number one, is that emergency fund. When you look at a fully funded emergency fund, If you are single,
About
you're
2
talking
years financially.
you're talking 6 months of income saved. Okay, net. If you are married, it's 3 months, and that's worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is you lose your job, and you
Right.
have the emergency fund. And that emergency fund, again, is not a slushy fund because people get those two confused.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a lot of people, what happens is you know QVC, oh buy, and then a big emergency happens, and it goes right in our credit card, and then you just compound it an issue, right? So if you have your emergency fund in place, when emergency does happen, cash.
Right. It allows you not to use the credit card instead. You just use your
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
emergency fund, and take a percentage. You know, everybody gets paid a different amount. So you discipline yourself to take a percentage of your pay every pay period, and then just move it into that.
Absolutely.
I have.
Don't keep borrowing against it every month.
Absolutely. And if you're the general rule of thumb is, and we're talking about at the end of our working years, right? Meaning when we retire.
Mm-hmm.
Retire means you're not doing shit.
Right.
You're talking putting away 20% of your income.
Right.
Right. To be independent.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're talking, I just want to be bare bones, we're talking 10%.
10 to 20%. So everybody makes a different amount. So you just do it. 0% will get you nowhere.
No, yeah.
Get you nowhere.
Now, for this
5%
year,
is just,
that was one of my goals. Now that, you know, for so many things going on, now I have at least 5% of my every paycheck go into a separate account. And that account is a sharing account in which, you know, whoever gets my money is pretty much giving me interest back from using my money. On top of that, I have a savings account, which is growing every two weeks. So, you know, I'm learning from you guys.
I love it. And I learned a lot from Jabron. So thank you, G, for bringing all this. The emergency fund, my emergency fund is with American Express. American Express savings plan. So there's no debit cards attached to it, but it's an online bucket, and Ally has one too. Those are the only ones I know that have decent interest rates over 0.9%. Any other savings accounts that you have out there, they suck. And they really don't have a good interest rate. Hey, Carl. But at least the emergency fund, whenever I get a commission check, I'll put it into American Express where it links right to your local bank account, and you can just move it right into that.
My emergency fund, I'm a cash man. If y'all don't know, I'm a barber. Been there about 14 years now. And my emergency fund is putting up all 5s and 1s. I don't spend no 5s or 1s. So right now I got some petty cash that I don't even look at, don't touch, don't even care about. And hopefully, you know, in the future that'll turn into something pretty.
I'll take it. I'll take it to the bank. I'll be your deposit slip.
You already are.
Thank you. So Renisha had asked me as far as the bankruptcy. I mean, people have to reset their finances, and they go through foreclosures, they've gone through short sales, they've gone through bankruptcy. So for me, when I went through bankruptcy, I didn't have but a part-time job.
Look, who was in office?
Huh?
Who was in office?
Oh my gosh. This was in 97.
So that's Clinton.
Clinton.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It doesn't matter. Clinton had nothing to do with I didn't have health insurance at the time. I didn't have health insurance. And I was working a part-time job.
I was saying before Bush, it was easy to file for bankruptcy. After Bush, it was damn near impossible. Or at least in a sense of the definition of what happened to your money owed.
I was young. I was just irresponsible, didn't know.
Sure, a lot of people. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was a lesson for me, but I knew once I did that, I wanted to be in position to buy a home. So I did it, got it out of the way. So it took me about 2 years to get back on track. But after about a year, you start getting credit card offers after that. But, you know, everybody shouldn't file bankruptcy just that easy. That has to be like your last resort, that this stuff ain't working. It ain't working. And so I did it as just a mechanism just to clean up some stuff. Purchased a home. After about a year, I started to reestablish credit. Blam. All right. Carl, you there? He's on mute. Got the family going on. All right. So number 3, we trickle into number 3, G, and it goes over create a budget and stick to it. I don't think people pay attention to this, but this is, you got to track everything.
I think that's boils down to, well, we already know everything dealing with money boils down to self-discipline. Some people can only budget week by week.
Mm-hmm.
Some can only do it by a month. You know, I always advise people budget based on 2 aspects: how frequently you get a check, and every 28 days. Right?
Every 28 days?
Every 28 days, because that's usually a billing cycle is 28 days.
Right.
Some is 31, some is 28, but, you know, 28. And for me, you know, I get paid once a month. So I'm very
That's big money. That's big money there. Big money once a month.
I wish it was big money. No, I get paid once a month. So when I budget every 28 to 31 days. 28 days.
You got to budget out
more. It goes on the 30th, 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Other people, there's times I've been paid once a week, where this is my weekly budget, but at the end of the month, I need to make sure I cover everything in that 28-day span.
So let's break down what this budget means, because some people really don't know how to do a budget.
Absolutely.
Balancing. So let's break it down. Trina, I want to make sure that you get this, and everyone else, Rainisha, because this part right here could be the nucleus of why we don't get the extra that we think we have, because we're starting to spend more money than we really don't need to. And it's something, even if you need a copy, if you need a blank budget, because I give it to all my clients when we're sitting down talking about credit and buying a house. These are paramount discussions. So if you need one, inbox me and I'll make sure I get you one, or you can just pull it offline. You can just, all you need is a blank budget. So let's talk about, let's talk about how that budget looks and how somebody needs to just get started with doing one.
Pay yourself first.
Yes.
That's absolutely.
I was about to say that.
Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first. And how much is that pay yourself? We talked about that. Like you are a bill. Act like your name is Comcast. Rent, mortgage, BG&E, you are an official bill. So don't forget
to get them nails done.
I'll put it this way for you.
Nails done after you pay yourself.
Right. I'll put it this way. I'm a pick on Wendy a little bit. Wendy, who's the hardest working woman you know?
Me.
Exactly. So why should everyone else get your money first?
Damn right. Damn right. Be very stingy with it.
So that's, you always pay yourself first. Because let's be honest, is BG&E the hardest working people you know?
They don't work at all.
They think so.
They think so, though. They think they're the best thing out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the company itself, maybe not the individual that's on the code. Right. So that's why you pay yourself first, because you are the hardest worker person, which goes back to, emergency fund.
Exactly.
Things of that nature.
So you're saying have an emergency fund and pay yourself first? Is it two separate things?
It is. Pay yourself first is always going to be a constant to A, build that emergency fund, B, then move into knocking out your debt, then C, then moving into retirement investments, and then like D, going into like your slushy fund.
Okay, so I'm breaking it down because sometimes when we hear these things, people think, okay, pay yourself first. I hear that all the time, but I want to make sure people know when we dissect this, when you pay yourself, it's how much and how often and where does it go.
And where does it go? Absolutely.
Okay. So you have to know what your salary is. And as we discussed, that 10 to 20% of your pay should be a good gauge on how much you should be paying yourself.
And
then
gross pay.
On the gross pay, not the net pay. Take the gross pay. And you wonder why some wealthy people, well, all wealthy people walk different, they dress different, and they don't always have the latest cars. They are stingy as hell with their money because they're investing it.
Well, it's called living broke on a different
So stop talking about my clothes then, baby.
What clothes?
He's
He's rich.
I don't have no clothes.
He's rich. So for the ones that you see, always wanted to have the latest everything, you want to see what their bank balance are. Show me receipts of what your bank balance really looks like. For the ones that you may see, dang, I just saw you wore that outfit yesterday. I just see you wear the same khakis all the time.
You say they broke.
They're clean and washed. What does it matter?
Bank balances.
Got money in my pocket.
washed.
Say it again.
Don't need to be washed.
All right, so as we said, 10 to 20% of your pay, you start at a pace that you can do of your gross pay. Take that and put it into a separate savings account that is gross, that has a very good APR. And like we said, Ally is good. American Express is one. You got another suggestion?
I don't believe.
The emergency fund.
Right, emergency funds. So you know, this goes into my series 6 training. I look at emergency fund as a savings account. It's a savings account. They're generally not going to grow 1%. If you stick to the rule of 72, at 1%, it'll take 72 years for your $1 to become 2. So in that case, it doesn't matter. A savings account is just where you park funds.
Yeah.
It's called a money market.
Yeah, that's not
what they
forever
really are.
savings.
So you're just parking funds.
Yeah.
So
Put it
to me,
somewhere.
I mean, it could be 1%, it could be 0.5%. If it's just for savings and emergency fund, put in there as long as you can access it easily for emergencies.
Right. Okay. And getting your hair done is not an emergency.
Not emergency.
Not an emergency. All right. Going to dinner, not an emergency when you got food in the house. Right. So take the percentage, shift it over to the emergency fund, to your savings account, and then that is and just put it in there as often as possible.
Absolutely.
Is that good? So that's how you begin your emergency fund. That's where you start to rack up some money when somebody says, hey, we're going on a girls' trip.
That's not an emergency fund.
Wait a minute. Once a year.
Not an emergency fund.
Take a portion of that. Who's going to tell me it's not?
Not an emergency fund.
It's not an emergency fund?
That's a slushy fund.
Okay. So you got to start another fund.
But if you put in your self-pay first and your emergency fund together.
Here we go.
I'm just asking.
What I'm hearing is reasons to go into emergency fund because you're going to make it how it is.
But if I'm putting what I'm paying myself as well into the emergency fund.
Look. You have a different account.
Then you have a separate fund. Then you have a
okay. I guess I will have to open another one.
Open another one.
Okay.
Okay, but we keep saying pay yourself, but what are we using? Okay, when you pay yourself, what are you using it for? What are you paying yourself?
Breaks down. Let's say your car breaks. That's an emergency, right? You need tires for the car.
Well, no, hold on. That's two
but
separate.
That's an emergency, right?
That's not an emergency.
If your tire blow out, how are you going to drive to work?
It's an emergency.
That's an emergency.
Yeah.
But that's not pay yourself fund. Pay yourself fund is when you want to do something nice for yourself. When
you want to go on a vacation and take a trip.
That sounds like another account, y'all.
But that's a different account.
I've always thought that paying yourself is paying out what it takes for you to live your life.
Absolutely.
That's what I've always.
Girl, you have got to
use that. I mean, that's how you live your life. It takes energy, you have to pay the light bill. I got to do that to do this.
Well,
So
then
I
you have
gotta,
to open up
when
a
I was
separate-
driving, I had, you gotta pay for the car.
Yeah, you
Make
gotta
it
have
look good. Gotta have somewhere to live. I can't do it outside. So that is all a part of paying me.
So you gotta
To
have
pay
a
other people.
separate one. So if you have two separate accounts, that's one's your time for vacation and girls going to Miami and Atlanta, and then you got another one for the emergency fund of real emergencies. Real emergencies. All right. So y'all good? Trina, you guys got any questions out there? Chime in if you have any questions for sure. We need to hear them. We need to make sure that you all are clear. All right, so we got number 1 is make a decision to stop borrowing money. Number 2 is establish your emergency fund. I'm already excited. I want to start saving some money now. And 3 is get a budget. If you need a budget, as I said, you can go online and get one. It itemizes everything: cable, food, car insurance, everything that you kick out, even when you go out and spend money on food. Right, RJ? When you go out, you men probably spend more money on going out, especially when you got us.
Almost got it.
No.
You all got us.
Almost got to.
I save money.
The budget, you're married too.
Mm-hmm.
When you take a look at the budget, you're probably going to be so pissed off at yourself because you're going to see all of the money that you actually spend going out.
Ain't that the truth?
That's one of my problems. I think my dynamic is really different from anybody up here is because I get cash every day, and it's kind of hard. I just went and spent $45, $50 at Jasper's.
On yourself?
Nothing. On nothing. Yeah, on myself for just food.
Jabron, can you
somebody about to get in
It's
trouble.
easy to do that. It's easy to do
About
that.
to get in trouble?
It's real easy.
$45 on yourself. I wasn't even with you.
Hold on yourself.
So just imagine last week we go to this rinky dink seafood place and I spend $110 on nothing. $110 on nothing. So we get to spending money on real frivolous things sometimes instead of.
You got 2 losses then, all right? So Jabron,
Yeah.
Jabron, what's your recommendation if somebody's being cash heavy every day?
Yep.
You spend $45 at Jasper's. What's up?
My recommendation? I mean, I don't tell people what to do with their money, right? But I will always say this: is for that person, is $45 for one meal worth it? Because in the end, you're going to shit, right?
And how many haircuts was that?
How many haircuts was that?
Every day is it done?
I was asking. Was it
once a week? It's not an issue, right? But if you're talking about every day, then that's a very financially, when it comes to emergencies, when it comes to saving for retirement. People
I'm not married.
Right. I understand that. But one day you're not gonna want to continue cutting hair. One day, right? So what people don't understand is, well, I want to live today. I want to live today. I don't need to save. I don't need to save. But when your ass is 60, okay, right. Trump has already done some interesting things with the taxes, right? And who else might come in after him to do more interesting things that keep people from saving and investing and for retirement? The average person needs $1 million by the time they retire to live completely independent of the U.S. government. That means no Social Security.
We got some work to do. So my internet was skipping for a second, so I didn't hear the answer. So if you could repeat it again, what did you say?
It sounded like you asked me to repeat it again.
I did. Not the whole answer, but what did you say for someone who is waitress, hairstylist, someone who has cash every day? How do you discipline that $45 dinner every time they're hungry?
I mean, again, only if that $45 is affecting other things financially down the stream, then that could be. But that could mean anything. It could be from food. I mean, it's all vices: food, liquor, women, titty bar, right? It could be anything.
It's like this. At the end of the day, if you take your money and you sit down and you do a budget and you write down all the expenses, you write down every dollar that you spent, and then do it for a month, a couple of weeks, a month, whatever. And then before you know it, because this is what I did, and I found out that I was wasting money like left and right here and there. I cut that out. I stopped that. That was 3 years ago. I said, I'm not doing that no more. And then you'd be surprised how much money you save up at the end of the year. And because you can actually see where your money went at.
And that's
you saw where it went.
Carl, let me ask you this: you were up in the hundreds, weren't you? Up there, mid-hundreds.
Oh yeah, thousands, bro. I was in the thousands. I did it for a year, and I saw how much money I was just wasting. This was ridiculous, man.
So, what made you do the budget? What triggered you to actually sit down and do the budget?
Well, because I wanted to find a way where I was trying to see how I can save money and see where I'm wasting money. And once I did that, I said, you know what, this got to stop. These habits have to stop. I got to come up. I got to get a lot better with way I spend money, because it's a shame, man. When you write it down, you see it, man. It makes a big difference.
That's what I'm saying. Wow. So that's the reason why. I mean, I want you all to hear this. When you write it down and you actually see the money going out, you're going to get mad to the point where you will say, damn, I'm spending $300 a week on X, or $700 a month on X. And if you start to work in, all right, I got goals in front of me and I have things I got to get done, I got debt, then you wonder, you have the money, you just haven't shifted it to the right department.
Here's something for you. The more money people save, did you know they also end up losing more body fat?
Say it again. If what?
People who save money tend to lose more body fat.
How?
Because
they're not eating out as much.
Thank you.
They saving
that
money.
Is that so? Oh, I
saving that money.
Nice and slim. Yeah. Okay. So for folks that are looking to buy houses, those that are looking to pay off debt, this is necessary. And it doesn't matter even if you're not doing those two things. Every month, revisit it. Because you've got, especially if you're married, you both have things going on in and out, and you wonder sometimes how much you have enough for vacations and, when things need to happen between both of us, because you might have too much dumb money going out those doors. Just keep it real.
Right.
I like that. Dumb money.
Yeah.
Dumb money. Stupid stuff. All right. So number 4, I think we talked about this already. Number 4 is organize your debt. And this really has to deal with getting a copy of your credit report. And then paying off those high interest credit cards first. Because it's all good. They give you the card and it's looking all pretty in the mail. When the interest rate's like 23%, you're just like, oh, it's no big deal.
Ouch.
Interest rate never goes anywhere, right, Kevin?
Nope.
Wait a minute, Kevin, are you home?
Yeah, man. I'm struggling over here.
Okay, all right.
I'm
doing this so far. So
I'm canceling Verizon, man. Tomorrow.
I'm gonna let you talk about this because Kevin and I are we're credit specialists. So when it comes down to this piece, I want you to talk a little bit about it, Kevin, as far as organizing your debt, pulling the credit report first, and paying off your high debt. What you say about that?
Well, thank you for making me the teacher right now.
You are.
Like one of the experiences. Do I sound like a robot?
No, you sound great.
Do I sound like a robot? Okay, all right. Nice. So when it comes to credit, man, especially when let's say for instance you go through a process called credit restoration, and 9 times out of 10, you've been through it so much that there's just some other things lingering, right? You literally want to pay down that first small so-called debt that's yours, right? Because if we want to get technical, it really ain't yours, but I ain't gonna do that because we'll be on this phone for a long time. But you want to start with you want to start with that smallest debt, right? You want to beat that up, right? So if you got $50, let's say you pay that $50 off, right? And then you have something that's $200. So once you pay off that $50 one, you just apply that $50 that you was using to pay off that $50 one to the $200 one. Once that's paid off, you got $250. You got that $250. Take that $250. Go ahead, chop that next one off. So pretty much what you're doing is you're paying off something, utilizing that additional income that you have, that you were paying a specific debt off at one time before, and just applying it to the next one until you snowball that thing on up until all your debt is gone, right? And that's pretty much it. But when it comes to the credit side, when you don't understand your rights, when you don't understand the laws that actually protect you, then you don't know how to leverage it, right? Because most people, they come to you, oh my God, how are y'all able to get these items deleted? That just sounds unethical. I said, well, do you want to get your credit removed and straight, or do you want to keep complaining?
Fair.
So credit. Then you have to, then you have to educate them, because it wasn't given to us. No, I went to John Marshall High School in Richmond. They didn't teach us nothing about credit, how to write checks, how to do nothing. So, I always say it's really good to have patience with people and educate them, because they literally just don't know.
I didn't know.
And he say, she said. Yeah, I didn't know at one point neither. I knew the first experience I had was I had 9 negative items on my credit. I had a JCPenney card on that joint that I let my sister run up. I had a credit card from Bank of America that I thought I was the man with, and I was like, yo, I'm just going to use it. And, hey, this is whatever. And I had some little things on it that, was mediocre, some real mediocre stuff. I had 9 items on it. Went through something called credit restoration, right? Went through that, and then all of a sudden, 6 of them got deleted in 30 days. So I'm like, we might got something here.
Don't pay your bills, Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin, don't pay the bill?
No, I'm not saying that. I was young. I was young. Yeah, I was super young. Man, I ain't know no better. I was a rebel. It's when you go to college.
Did you pay the balance though?
No, I didn't have to, because they got it removed. So once it's removed, the debt goes with it. So those people out there, if you listening, do not do debt consolidation or do not do bankruptcy, because bankruptcy is going to piss you off, because you think it's going to be correcting your credit, but it's only eliminating the debt, and the trade line is still there.
And eliminating options in the future for financing.
Exactly, because a lender won't look at you for 2 years trying to purchase a house. Like, I had some people upset that their bankruptcy lawyer talked them into doing it, and then they talked to me, and I told them that, and they were upset. And I was like, you should have probably came to me first.
Sometimes what you're just doing credit repair could help. Not.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. Do not bankruptcy. There's no need. It's no need.
You talk to one of us. Y'all are in that space of that credit crunch, debt. Talk to one of us, Kevin Howell or Lorie Woodruff on the page. We can talk about it. Yeah, we're going to do another topic in February just on credit, just how to get a sexier credit score. Okay, but yeah, we definitely work in that space. Being in real estate, that has to be a space that we talk about, because no one in school was really bouncing that off as a number one thing we got to talk about. I know how to cook and I know how to sew a bag, but I didn't know how to sew up my own bag at the bank.
Yeah.
Right.
But I also think it's something like it's cultural, because if I go to my brothers, they don't know jack about credit. Yeah, they know that they're supposed to buy this and buy that, and they buy everything with cash.
Right.
So with that being said, that means their credit score sucks. And it's part of, telling people out there what's really matters and what they really need in order to get a home, to get whatever they need or meet their dreams. We need a credit score, a perfect credit. So if we don't have that credit score, what's the point of you buying everything in cash?
Right.
I mean, at some point it does help because it also, we believe it protects, the credit score and why not. But I think it's something cultural. We don't have that type of information, many of us, because I know 2 years ago, I did not care about credit.
But none of us in school, I can say,
right?
3, 6, 7, 8. I didn't have a class on credit. So until I got out in the real world, did I learn about, okay, when I need something, oh, car dealership, you need this. Oh, apartment. You need stuff. Then it was like, oh, you need a credit score for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a cultural thing or it's just that the mainstream is not teaching that.
And then I came up during the time that my mother was talking about a tin can. She was like, you should have a can up in your cabinet. You put the money in the can.
Yeah.
In the can. Grandma kept the money in the mattress. Mama kept money in the can. So the cabinets were loaded. But we needed to find out actually what bank we could deal with.
The bank
and what rate. And no, we weren't taught that. But we were taught to save some money.
But at the same time,
you know better. Can.
We're all calling money. We are all over 18 now, so there's no excuse on having a poor credit score at all. We know better. It's just an agreement to ourselves to deal with it or not. So we're all over 18. We're all over 21 and everything. And I made a post on my page probably about 3 weeks ago when I said if you're over the age of 35 and you're asking to borrow money or something like, or you're putting stuff in other people's names, call me. And it was a guy that inboxed me. He got offended. He inboxed me and he was offended. And I said,
wear it.
Wear it. And I said, the truth does hurt. But at the same time, we're over 35. I know you've been in contact with someone who can't get something in their name. Okay? And they have to put it in a family or a friend. Hey, can you help me out? No. And you get in a relationship, you got to bail you out.
Right.
So don't go. Again, February, we're going to focus on credit.
I'm tripping, Lord.
Huh?
I'm tripping because
I'm tripping
why would he expose himself? Why would he expose himself by responding? Like,
because he thought it was very
cocky. If you out there, bro.
He thought it was very judgmental of me to say that and very cocky to say that. And I said, you know what? Truth hurts.
Truth need.
So what did he do? Call you and tell you, look here, girl. What did he say?
It was kind of like you didn't have to say it that way. And I felt like saying, what is your score? Really, before we had this conversation, because if you wanted others
that's what you should have did.
I would have did. What is your score? Life happens. All right, I'm gonna just put it out there. Life happens.
It does.
Right. And I mean, you're not doing this to be judging other people. We're trying to do this to trying to help each other out. So
right. And everything I post typically is about that, something silly or anything like that. But the whole thing was life happens. As I said, Renisha, yes, no matter
what, wake up.
Don't stay there. Don't stay there in that pocket of, oh, well, 5 years ago I got a divorce, or 3 years ago I had a repossession. Okay, that was then. What the hell is going about it now? Anyway, settlement. Make these settlements with these folks and organize your debts. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Hashtag team no excuse.
No excuse. No excuse. All right. So number 5, we got 2 more points, and we're gonna wrap things up. Number 5 is throw any extra money at your debt. Extra money at your debt. So if you have anything extra, I don't know, maybe you're spending whatever extra, you get tax returns back. Let's say you get a bonus, or you just get a tip or anything like that. Whatever that extra is, if you have things, let's say you have a credit card balance, start putting and applying that there. Because as I said, and that all goes back to what your budget is. If you see you're wasting about $600 or $700 a month, it could be more that you're really not being honest with yourself. But any extra money you have, you want to start throwing it on your principal and debt. Y'all are quiet on that one.
No, I'm in total agreement with that.
Trina,
I want to say amen.
bank to do your savings with the better what? Oh, yeah, we talked about that. Ally or American Express, in my opinion, has to be better and higher interest rates.
Interest rates. Bank. It just dawned on me. Bankrate.com will tell you.
Okay. Bankrate.com. Bankrate.com will probably give you the highest percentages available, and it's all online. So as long as you have that, that'll be the better place probably to put your emergency fund. All the local banks that we deal with, they could care less about giving us money return. So Kevin, that's a whole other topic we'll be talking about as far as investing in February too. So bankrate.com, try to see what those are. All right, so number 6 is the highlighted one. All right, and this is how we can bring it all home. Number 6 is bring in extra cash. So let's talk about some extra ways, because I know everybody on here is talented in their own ways. Tell me some. Let's throw some ideas out there, because people out on Facebook, this is going to be recorded, so people are going to keep seeing this. Please share some ideas, legal ways that you can bring in some extra cash.
I can read Ron's mind right now. I can read his mind, what he's thinking.
Somebody needs to hear this, because they're sitting at home right now.
Yep, I knew it.
Right now, fussing over what can I do? These bills are piling up. What the hell can I do? So come on, y'all, let's chime in and help out with some ideas. I got a couple.
Yeah, good.
Hey, like me, I'm bilingual. I can translate. Somebody might need something to be translated.
All right, so she's bilingual. And
what I do is
translation. You know, there's some folks out there that need someone that will know both language, and they need a little help. Hey,
no doubt.
And they'll pay you for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
I'm gonna be calling you.
On different sites, there's some, because that's a virtual assistant kind of position. So if you go on sites like Fiverr, Odesk, or Upwork, TaskRabbit.com, those kind of services that Wendy was talking about, you can be of service and get paid. Like there's a job out there for everyone. I can't speak Spanish, so that's not a job I can do. But
you would need me.
So I would need her. If I need her, then I would pay her for those services. So if you see what I'm talking about. Taking surveys, items. Yep. So sell things on eBay, Amazon.
Offer up.
Amazon has 50,000 jobs coming. 50,000. They're about to open in Montgomery County and Washington, D.C.
Hey, what are things?
Hey, if you have to work a Saturday or a weekend, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Okay, so more hours, work more hours, or a new job, part-time job, right?
Correct.
Hours if you have debt, because you weren't having no problems when you were spending like crazy. I know this whole year I'm saving up for a big purchase, and it has to do with a Tesla and a brand new home.
So get that Tesla.
I am doing some crazy, uncomfortable things so that my bank account.
I'm gonna be paying the car note. I'm gonna be paying the goddamn car note.
That sounds even better.
That's right.
That sounds even better. All right, neighborhood online sale. Trina said that. Lyft or Uber. You know, a lot of people do that.
A great network marketing company with a great training program, with a great product and or service that will show you how to multiply your money in the largest financial market on the planet. 5.3 trillion. Get with it. Lorie Woodruff.
INL, International Markets Live. Now, we don't boast that one just because it works, because, you know, hey, you can make money from your smartphone, but that's a wonderful thing. But I want you to find a network marketing company that works for you. You might love jewelry. You might love cosmetics and makeup, all right? So there's so many different network marketing companies. You need to find them. Go on Facebook and just find out, hey, what are some network marketing companies in X field? Okay, you got to find something that you're going to enjoy, that you actually like doing, because some people get into network marketing. They do it because their girlfriend or their guy friend is doing it. But they could care less because they're not passionate about the product. So find something that you love. And this is the reason why I'm bringing up these ideas. Find something that you enjoy doing. I enjoy making money where I don't have to go to a job. So I need to find less things that require me to get in my car, get all dressed up without my hat. And so the Forex is great for me, Kevin, and Wendy, because, and soon to be Tamia, because we like making money on our own smartphones. I don't think you have to have a certain pulse for that one, but somebody has different things.
Gotta be smart about it.
Gotta be very smart about whatever company. Credit restoration company, Trina is also a credit restoration agent. Door-to-door help. What about renting rooms? Hello.
Hello.
Airbnb. Some people are renting their rooms out.
They even have it on Facebook too, that you can put it out there in Facebook.
Yeah, so there's different groups even in Facebook. If I need something, I'm going to ask. If somebody asks, do you know a plumber? I probably do, but let me put it out there. I'll probably get an answer in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So this is the meeting after the meeting. This is the bulk of it because somebody needs to hear this information. So thank you guys for chiming in. Trina, the mystery shopper, I must say be careful because I've been hearing about some scams on those. Have y'all been hearing about scams with the mystery shoppers?
I used to be a mystery shopper.
Did it work? Did they pay you?
Yeah, they
look
pay.
like a mystery.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Somebody had approached me about it, and I just felt, I was like, and I didn't see good rating reviews about the company he was talking about. So be careful with the companies that you do choose.
Yeah, I was a secret shopper was what they call it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is everybody has a different talent. So the virtual assistant thing, you could be in China and someone could do some administrative work for you. Imagine if you were here being able to do that work for someone wherever, all over the world. So TaskRabbit is really good. Selling clothes. Oh my gosh, selling clothes. Some people have a lot of clothes, men, women. And if you could put them online, Wendy, you look a little guilty. Imagine if you could get paid for some of the clothes that you had. Like, what if that was a down payment on something? What if that was actually paying?
I've never seen Wendy wear the same outfit twice in my entire life.
What?
You got really though, like really?
I might have seen your tights.
No, I think like workout clothes.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm talking about your regular clothes, Shawty.
No, Shawty.
I mean, that sweater brand new.
Yeah.
My own business.
No. So, RJ, what do you say about that? Selling clothes.
Selling clothes?
Yeah, to make money.
Having to sell, of course. Open up a shop.
No, I'm just saying if you have extra clothes.
I say donate them.
If you're trying to make money, okay. Trying to do the right thing.
That wouldn't be the solution then. That wouldn't be a good solution then to be selling your clothes. I don't think so.
Take it to Salvation Army, you get taxes back.
I mean, selling clothes, you might as well sell your body. You get paid.
Right.
Woo! I'll get paid twice as much.
Excessive clothes. If you
give them away.
Clothes and you're not, let's say tags are still on them.
Make it rain, baby.
And you're not even doing anything with it. What's up? Make money on it.
You're not wearing it. That's because y'all
extra money just my trust.
And we just say for sale.
Tag still on. I'm taking them back to the store. Get that guap back.
I can sell half of my shoes, y'all. I'm gonna put them on sale.
There is a buyer for everything. Somebody wants what you have. So,
somebody be looking at my feet. You wearing heels today?
But hey, I got money in my bank today.
Oh yeah.
Which is more important?
In less than 15 minutes, baby.
All right, so we talked about the extra ways to bring in cash. Is there anything else? Network marketing is huge, and I've been in network marketing since 2013. No, Yeah, so right around 2011. I'm sorry, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So income is always okay, but if you're trying to get that extra, pay down things, and just have a different lifestyle, sometimes you got to do a little bit extra. So don't turn your nose up to someone who might be doing network marketing. If it's not something that you enjoy, congratulate them, and help them in their business, or maybe just send them customers. But you got to find something extra. You can't always say on Friday, I just don't have it. And then go to work every day.
When I was in a direct marketing company, you guys are referring to them to as network company. My biggest check for doing one job was like $1,100, and my smallest check was like $200 for doing one job.
One job. It's extra,
Not even one job, doing one sale. That's
sale.
like an hour.
You have to know the capabilities are endless when it comes to network marketing. So, you got to look at it. It's paid my cell phone bill. It's paid a whole bunch of little ancillary bills that I had, and a lot of other people's bills on Fridays. So if it is something you have to look into, look at different network marketing companies. I've got credit. Kevin, what you got? Credits, foreign exchange. Is anybody else in network marketing here?
Yeah, years ago.
Huh? Kevin, you are delayed again. You are delayed again.
I know, man. I can see it, man. I can't even see y'all.
Trina,
what company he
create a
has?
website.
We all look the same.
Your idea. Yep. Shopify is good. So if you got something to sell, I like Shopify. My site is on Shopify, which is pretty easy for people like me, which are not technical at all. So that's pretty much it. And the last thing is to make sure you've got your investments together. We're going to have a conversation in February where we have an actual conversation with a financial planner talking about investments. So the last thing is, how do you make more money? We talked about it already in steps number 2 and 3, paying yourself first. Right? And we'll just continue more of that next week. Next week, we're going to be in Mexico, so I'm not going to be on, RJ and I are not going to be on next week. So I'm not going to promise that I'm going to be on next week. I might be too tired or just not ready to do nothing at all. I'm serious.
That's all my mind is on. Getting up out of here.
Right.
Vacation time.
Awesome.
So today is what, the 18th? Okay. All right. So when we come back, I'm gonna say the first Thursday of February, how to multiply your money is going to be the topic. How to multiply your money is going to be the topic. Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, I actually.
February's going to be
double,
so
it's
good.
not double multiply.
Huh?
It's not going to be double. It's going to be multiply.
Multiply is better. Yes, right.
Not divide.
Always.
Don't divide.
Mm-hmm. What the little kids say, 1 for you, 2 for me.
Right?
1 for you, 2 for me.
Tamia, you doing okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You working, girl.
You know it.
To Atlanta, by the way. So we'll, that's my second home.
Look at
I'm sorry, say that again.
We'll be good for Atlanta.
Look at the baby.
Oh, perfect. I'm happy.
I won't be going.
All right, you guys got any wrap-up ideas? Any other money tips you want to give out for crushing the 2000 budgets?
Make sure you align yourself. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Make sure, and I want everybody that's listening to this to feel what I'm saying, because I say this every single day when I'm on the phone talking to people. Make sure moving forward, 2018 and beyond, you align yourself with a vehicle, align yourself with something that will put you in a position to allow you to create wealth. You heard what Jabron said. For us, it takes $1 million liquid to retire comfortably without having to worry about anything. People younger than us, 2.5 million liquid. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, just to be honest with you, and just keep it 100, ain't gonna be no middle class. Straight up, it's not gonna be no middle class. You're gonna have to make a choice. There you go. Either you're gonna choose to be wealthy and rich, align yourself with a vehicle, investments that will put you in that position, or you won't be. So the person that choose and the person that don't choose, you still choosing. So choose a side that you want for yourself and your family. Choose to be wealthy. Even if you ain't never think about it, start thinking about it now, because it's about to get real. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I can get into this a whole lot deeper, but we'll be on the phone very, very long, and I ain't gonna do that tonight. But we'll come back on and do another show, Lorie, and we'll kind of, we'll break it down a little bit more. But look, guys, if y'all listening to me, Facebook, Instagram, wherever y'all listen to me, align yourself with something that would allow you to create wealth, straight up, because either you're gonna have it or you ain't. You're gonna have the resources or you ain't. And if you ain't gonna have the resources, and you ain't gonna understand the cashless society that's moving forward, that's coming into fruition, trust and believe you will be left behind. And I hope I'm scaring you toward wealth.
I am.
So that's me, Kevin Howell. Sign out. Love you out of life, and go make it happen.
I love it.
All right, Kev.
Thank you so much. Quite a few of us have actually gotten more information over the last 12 months over, and not that it's brand new, but we've quite a few of us connected on foreign exchange. So for those that want to get more information about how can you make money from your cell phone, like before I go to bed at night, there's a lot of times I'll go in and just kind of place a couple of trades before I go to bed, testing the market. You could make $50, $70, $100 before bed. So it's these kind of things. How can you multiply your money? That's what we're going to be talking about on the first of the month. So we can talk about what are those techniques. So quite a few people we had joined this week, and quite a few people are doing that. And it's something independent that you don't have to punch in a clock for. And that's how you can make money with your own money. So for those that are interested, I will drop the line, imlpresentation.com, in here, so you can get more information on how that works. imlpresentation.com, and you can get more information or tag myself. Wendy will be tagged in here. Kevin Howell is also a part of that. Tamia will be a part of that soon. So it's quite a few entrepreneurs that are just like, I need to do something else other than just my regular 9 to 5. Okay, so we are done. Did you guys have anything wrap up before we roll out?
Just to be wise with you. Spend it wisely. Choose.
We're getting too old for this, so
Exactly.
Be smart, guys.
can't be just willy-nilly just putting stuff in your SunTrust in your Bank of America account. Like that doesn't work.
I want to say, I just
That doesn't work.
I just sent the link to the Zoom group chat of bankrate.com with the savings accounts.
Bankrate.com. Please take a look at that so you can see what savings account may rock out best for you.
1.7 is the highest right now in this country.
1.7. So get it. Put your money into something that's going to be at least driving the best rate for you. All right, guys.
Okay.
Peace.
Very
informative. Until next time. Good night, Facebook.
Night, folks.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.